The easiest way to get overwhelmed by a vegetable garden is to make it too big before you know what you actually enjoy growing. These 8 steps will take you from bare dirt to your first harvest without the stress, covering everything from how much space you really need to which crops pay off fastest. And it all starts with one decision most beginners get wrong. Number 1, start smaller than you think. Here is the truth. The biggest reason new gardeners get overwhelmed is not pests or bad weather. It is biting off more than you can chew. A 4x4 foot bed, or maybe a 4x8 if you have the space, looks modest on paper, but it is just right for a first season. Extension studies show that about 1 in 10 beginners regret starting too big. With a small bed, you can reach every corner from the edge, which means you will never have to step on your soil or wrestle with tools in the middle. Daily tasks like weeding and checking leaves take less than 5 minutes and are easy to fit into a busy day. Setting a clear physical boundary keeps the project manageable and lowers the pressure. It is a lot easier to keep up with one small patch than to watch a big garden get out of hand. The takeaway? When you start with less, you set yourself up for more success. In second place, pick the sunniest spot you can actually reach every day. Here is why this matters. Vegetables need at least 6 hours of direct sunlight to really thrive, but almost 1 in 8 beginners end up disappointed because their garden is too shady. Before you buy a single bag of soil, grab a stick and do a simple midday shadow test. Just check if your chosen spot is bathing in light around noon. If you see long shadows or the area falls dark by early afternoon, that is a red flag. But sunlight is not the only thing to look for. If your garden patch is tucked behind the garage or at the far end of the yard, you are much less likely to check on it or water when life gets busy. The closer your bed or containers are to your back door, the more they will become part of your daily routine. Plants do best when they are seen and cared for, not forgotten. So aim for the brightest, most convenient place, even if it is not perfect, and you will set yourself up for a season of healthy, happy veggies. Number 3 on our list, pick just 3 to 5 vegetables or herbs you actually eat. And I mean the ones that end up on your plate week after week. Here is the trick. When you limit your crop list to household favorites, you get more harvests you will actually use, and a lot less overwhelm. For a quick win, try a mix of speedy growers like radishes, which are ready in about 25 to 30 days, or leaf lettuce, which you can start picking in as little as a month. Throw in a couple of kitchen staples, cherry tomatoes, basil, maybe a pepper plant. Things that keep showing up in your meals. Guides back this up. A short list means you are less likely to get tired or let things go to waste, and you will see results faster. This step keeps your garden focused and your shopping list simple. The real reward is opening your fridge and finding something you grew, ready to eat, without a mountain of extra work. Number 4, skip the stress about digging up your yard. Just use containers or set up one raised bed. Here is a trick that makes soil simple. Fill your bed or pots with a 1-to-1 blend of organic potting mix and kitchen compost. That's it. No worrying about native clay, weeds, or mystery bugs hiding in the ground. At most big box stores, a 2 cubic foot bag of organic potting mix runs about $5. For a 4x4 bed, 1 bag fills the top layer, so you know exactly what you are spending. This blend gives roots the drainage and nutrients they need without complicated formulas or soil tests. Containers make it easy to control what is in your soil and cut down on weeds from day one. Plus, you can get everything ready before you even buy your first plant, so there is no rush or last-minute scramble. The real win here is confidence. When your soil is set, The rest of the garden feels a whole lot easier. Number 5, buy a few starter plants instead of trying to grow everything from seed. Here's a little secret. Nothing boosts a beginner's confidence like seeing real, leafy green plants in your garden from day one. When you bring home a tray of young basil, lettuce, or cherry tomato starts, you are skipping the fussy step of coaxing seeds to sprout, something even experienced gardeners admit goes sideways more often than we care to say. Extension tips and countless newbie diaries agree transplants can save you 3 to 6 weeks of waiting, and you are far less likely to face a bare patch where nothing came up. For most first-timers, a mix of starter plants for things like tomatoes or peppers, and maybe a packet of radish or lettuce seeds just for fun, is the sweet spot. The real win is you get that instant sense of progress, and every trip outside feels like you are tending a living garden, not just staring at empty soil. That early momentum makes it much easier to keep up with watering, weeding, and learning as you go. Number 6, make watering easy from the start, because nothing derails a first garden faster than thirsty plants in a heat wave. Here's a simple way to set yourself up. For the first week or so, a sturdy watering can does the trick. You can grab a good stainless steel one for about $18, and it is just right for those daily check-ins when you are still getting to know your plants. But as soon as you see leaves filling in, it is worth laying down a soaker hose. A 50-foot hose costs about $19, and it delivers slow, even moisture right to the roots. No standing around with a sprayer, no guessing if you have watered enough. If you want to go high-tech later, drip irrigation kits are out there, but the average beginner spends over $500 on a full setup. And most small gardens just do not need that. No matter what you pick, add a layer of mulch, such as straw or bark chips, over the soil. Mulch cuts water evaporation by around 25%, so you will not have to water as often, and your plants stay happy even when the weather turns hot. The real goal is to make watering one less thing to worry about, so your garden keeps growing, even on the days you are busy. Number 7, give climbing plants their support as soon as you plant them. Here's why it matters. Once vining crops like tomatoes, cucumbers, or beans start to grow, they don't wait for you to catch up. If you set up cages, stakes, or a simple trellis right when you tuck those seedlings in, you'll save yourself a world of hassle later on. Extension trials show that early trellising can boost your harvest by up to 30%, mostly because the plants get better airflow and more sunlight to every leaf and fruit. That means less powdery mildew, fewer tangled stems, and cleaner tomatoes or beans at harvest time. If you wait until the vines are sprawling everywhere, you risk breaking roots or stressing the plant when you try to wrestle in a support. The soil is still soft when you first plant, so it's easy to push in a stake or set up a wire cage without disturbing anything. The payoff is a garden that looks tidy, grows more, and takes less work to manage all season long. Number 8, treat your first year as pure practice. No pressure to get everything right. Here is the honest truth. Even the most experienced gardeners have seasons where things flop or plants just do not behave. The goal is to learn, not to harvest baskets of perfect produce right away. On average, a small home garden yields about 1.5 pounds of vegetables per square foot, but some beds produce less, and that is perfectly normal. Most beginners spend just 30 to 60 minutes a week on care, enough to water, check leaves, and jot down a quick note in a journal or on a phone. That habit, even if it is just one sentence a week, helps you remember what worked and what did not. If you hit a snag, like yellowing leaves or mystery bugs, many counties have a free Master Gardener hotline or online Q&A to help troubleshoot. Think of this first season as a low-stakes experiment. Every observation, every tiny harvest, even every mistake is a building block for next year's garden. The real win is seeing your own progress, not chasing perfection. Across these steps, one pattern stands out. A garden grows best when you keep it simple and let yourself learn as you go. Progress, not perfection, is what fills your basket. The real reward isn't having it all. It's enjoying what you can actually care for. Happy planting.